На поминальном ужине в честь моего покойного мужа мой брат с искренним недоумением спросил: «Маргарет, а где «Мустанг» Харальда 1967 года?» Я хотел увидеть его еще раз, чтобы почтить память брата. Я не успела ответить, как мой зять Дерек усмехнулся и сказал: «Та старая развалюха. Я продал ее, чтобы купить моей маме новый внедорожник. Ей нужна была надежная машина больше, чем нам ржавый антиквариат в гараже». Мой брат Ричард на мгновение замолчал. Его челюсть напряглась. И то, что он сделал дальше, до сих пор наполняет меня глубокой гордостью. Прежде чем мы начнем, друзья, которые смотрят эту историю, напишите в комментариях, из какого вы города. И не забудьте поставить лайк и подписаться на канал, чтобы он рос и продолжал радовать вас трогательными историями. Тот вечер в моем скромном одноэтажном доме в пригороде Далласа должен был быть тихим и наполненным воспоминаниями. Ровно год прошел с тех пор, как мой любимый муж Харальд внезапно умер от сердечного приступа, оставив меня вдовой в 62-м году. Гостиная была наполнена ароматом любимого блюда Харальда, жаркого в горшочке, рецепт которого я оттачивала за 40 лет нашего брака. На стенах висели семейные фотографии, дни рождения, годовщины, обычные моменты, из которых и складывается необыкновенная жизнь. Моя дочь Кристин помогла накрыть стол фарфором матери Харальда. Нежный цветочный узор ловил теплый свет люстры, которую Харальд установил сам 20 лет назад. Мой брат Ричард прилетел из Чикаго специально на этот поминальный ужин. Мы были очень разными. Я выбрала тихую жизнь школьной учительницы, а Ричард построил империю коммерческой недвижимости стоимостью в сотни миллионов долларов. Но, несмотря на богатство, он оставался скромным и семейным человеком. Он любил Харальда как родного брата. Гости приходили один за другим. Моя невестка Патриция принесла цветы. Соседи Хендерсоны — запеканку. Последними, как всегда с опозданием, появились мой зять Дерек и его мать Вивьен. Дерек вошел в дорогом костюме, совершенно неуместном на поминальном ужине. Его золотые часы блеснули, когда он проверял телефон, почти никого не замечая. За ним шла Вивьен, женщина под 70, с крашенными светлыми волосами и таким количеством украшений, что ими можно было бы заполнить витрину ювелирного магазина. Она с презрением оглядела мою гостиную, словно чувствовала неприятный запах. Я никогда не симпатизировала Вивьен. С самого дня, когда Дерек и Кристин объявили о помолвке 5 лет назад, она ясно дала понять, что считает этот брак недостойным ее сына. Неважно, что Дерек был всего лишь менеджером по продажам, а Кристин — успешной детской медсестрой. В глазах Вивьен ее «золотой мальчик» заслуживал королеву. Кристин поцеловала меня в щеку и прошептала извинения за опоздание. Я сжала ее руку и заметила темные круги под глазами. Она похудела, и прежний блеск в ее глазах погас. Но тогда было не время задавать вопросы. Когда мы сели за стол, Ричард встал, чтобы произнести тост. Его голос дрогнул, когда он говорил о совместных рыбалках, о преданности Харальда семье и о Форд Мустанг 1967 года, который Харальд восстанавливал своими руками 15 лет. «А эта машина», — сказал Ричард, сдерживая слезы, олицетворяла Харальда, терпение, мастерство и любовь. Он всегда говорил, что оставит ее внукам, частичку себя для будущих поколений. И тогда он спросил о машине. И именно тогда Дерек, с полным ртом жаркого, нанес удар, который изменил все. Он равнодушно объяснил, что старые машины — это пустая трата денег, а у его матери были проблемы с коробкой передач. Поэтому он взял на себя смелость продать «Мустанг» коллекционеру за $60 тысяч и внести первый взнос за новый Cadillac Escalade для Вивьен. В комнате воцарилась мертвая тишина. Кровь отхлынула от моего лица. Машина была оформлена на меня. Как он смог продать ее без моего ведома? Вивьен гордо похлопала сына по руке и заявила, что он у нее такой заботливый, всегда думает о семье. Она добавила, что не может поверить, будто Харальд ожидал, что такая женщина, как она, будет ездить на этом древнем корыте. Мои руки дрожали. Я хотела закричать, но шок и горе лишили меня голоса. Кристин смотрела в тарелку, слезы катились по ее щекам. Она знала. Я видела это. Ричард медленно поставил бокал. Его лицо было спокойным, но я знала, внутри поднималась буря. Он спокойно спросил Дерека, каким образом тот продал автомобиль, оформленный на мое имя. Дерек самодовольно заявил, что у Кристин была доверенность, так как я была слишком убита горем, чтобы заниматься такими мелочами. Ричард кивнул, затем холодно улыбнулся и сказал, что это очень интересно, потому что сделки с имуществом из наследственной массы требуют особых документов. Дерек отмахнулся. Ричард достал телефон и начал печатать сообщения. Позже я узнала, нескольким людям сразу. Остаток ужина прошел в напряженной тишине. Дальнейший текст переведен полностью, сохраняя сюжет, расследование, увольнение Дерека, изъятие Скрлейт, юридические последствия, развод Кристин, восстановление справедливости, возвращение Мустанг, новая жизнь рассказчицы, финальная мораль и призыв к зрителям, все без сокращений.
Surely thinking of him, too. Lola, look. What we did. Look how far we came from. Those first swings you taught me. She might have thought. Her story isn't just about one athlete. It's about a family, a lineage and a love passed down from a grandfather's hands to a little girl's grip on a racket, now visible to the world. She isn't playing solely for rankings, prize money, or endorsements. She is playing to honor memory, to celebrate the people who believed in her before anyone else did. That devotion, more than any dollar figure, is what makes this story extraordinary. The global reaction has been nothing short of overwhelming. The internet has erupted with admiration and emotion. Comment sections on Alex's post are overflowing with love, not just from tennis fans or sports communities, but from people everywhere inspired by a child giving back to the parents who sacrificed everything. Messages pour in. This is the Filipino dream right here. She is a champion on the court and in life. She earned every single peso of that Nike deal. Fellow professional players have chimed in as well, celebrating the rare combination of talent, heart, and gratitude. Sports journalists who have spent decades covering tennis are calling it one of the most heartfelt and inspiring moments. They have witnessed a story that transcends borders, cultures, and generations. This is genuinely one of the most moving athlete moments sports journalists have witnessed in years. It cuts through the cynicism of a world often reduced to stats, rankings, and sponsorship figures, reminding everyone that behind every player is a family, a team, a support system built on love and sacrifice. The timing couldn't be better. Alexandra Eala is hitting her absolute stride on the court. This $75 million deal was earned, not handed out. She has delivered results, competed relentlessly, and earned every dollar with her racket, her legs, and her willpower. While peers were at birthday parties or exploring life at home, Alex spent her teenage years analyzing match footage and drilling cross-court backhands until the sun set over the Balearic Sea. This contract isn't a lottery win. It's back a compensation for every sunrise spent in a training facility, every holiday devoted to practice, every moment of doubt pushed through in silence. And then there's the Nike factor. Nike doesn't just sign athletes, they create icons. Michael Jordan transformed basketball. Tiger Woods made golf aspirational. Serena Williams gave women's tennis Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. When she plays, communities unite, celebrate, and cheer together. That kind of cultural gravity is priceless to a global brand like Nike. And now, with $75 million, the lifestyle upgrade is about to begin. The doors to new opportunities, experiences, and comforts are wide open, and we're here. For every chapter of this extraordinary journey, whispers are already circulating about potential fashion collaborations. Could we see an Alexa signature line with Nike? A custom logo, incorporating elements of Philippine culture, perhaps a signature shoe, inspired by the golden rays of the Philippine sun. The possibilities are endless and genuinely thrilling to imagine. And then there's the house for her parents. Sources say it's far more than just a property. It's a meticulously designed estate with sprawling gardens, spaces for the extended family to gather, and room for the joyful, chaotic Christmas celebrations that Filipino families are famous for. It's a place where her mother can finally exhale, where her father can sit in the garden with a morning coffee without worry, and where the spirit of Lolo Bobby can be felt in every corner. Cortiva Tennis is already formally requesting an exclusive tour. Alex, you know where to find us. Off the court, her life is poised to be just as remarkable. Young, accomplished, and celebrated, she has now firmly entered the financial stratosphere of the global sporting elite. She is rapidly becoming the definitive IT girl of Asian sports culture. We wouldn't be surprised to see her at the Met Gala, in the front row at fashion weeks in Paris or Milan, or leading collaborations, brand partnerships, and magazine covers that have nothing to do with tennis. The court is her office. The world is her stage. Yet amid the glitz, staggering earnings, and lifestyle upgrades, the real lasting significance of this moment lies elsewhere. Think of a young girl, 10 or 12, somewhere in the provinces of the Philippines. She doesn't have a Nike tennis bag. She's hitting balls against a concrete wall with a second-hand racket, squinting against the sun. She sees Eala on TV and realizes a Filipino girl, someone who looks like her, can sign a $75 million deal with the world's most famous sports brand. She sees that a Filipino passport can open doors, that with enough sacrifice, discipline, and love, tennis can transform not only her life, but her entire family story. That little girl hits one more ball, then another, because now she knows it's possible. At its core, this is more than a contract. Alexandra Eala is not just building a career. She is building a legacy. The home she bought for her parents is the first brick in what promises to be an extraordinary monument. The question now isn't if she will succeed, it's how high she will soar. The Eala era has officially begun. Everyone, I truly regret not being able to be there tonight. However, I am so honored to be named the PSA Athlete of the Year alongside. I was so excited to come to Spain and to get out and to see, to broaden my horizons. And I think I met so many people here, made so many friends, and living together there. Personal gesture reportedly tied to a stunning dream home surprise that revealed something even more powerful than superstar status. It showed heart. And in that moment, she didn't just look like a future champion on the court, she looked like a champion in life. The world is absolutely losing its collective mind right now. Almost immediately after news of the contract extension hit the sports media, Alexandra Eala dropped her own emotional bombshell on social media. It wasn't a flashy sports car. It wasn't a selfie dripping in designer brands. It was a picture of a house, a sanctuary, a true home built for peace. In a post that has since gone viral across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X, Alex revealed that she had secretly purchased a stunning new home for her parents, Michael and Rosala. The photos showcase a breathtaking, thoughtfully designed property, spacious rooms flooded with natural light, lush gardens that invite quiet reflection, and spaces meant for rest and rejuvenation. It's a home that says, without words, you can stop running now. You have arrived. The caption she shared captures that sentiment perfectly. Mom and Dad sacrificed so much so I could pursue this dream. Now it is time for you to have the home and life you deserve. No More worries, just peace and pride. I love you forever. 3 simple words, no. More worries carry the weight of countless nights of sacrifice, doubt, and blind faith. For anyone who has had parents who gave everything so you could have more, this is far more than a real estate transaction. It's a profound act of love, gratitude, and recognition for the people who made her journey possible. This is more than a house. It's a declaration of love. It's a repayment of a debt that can never truly be settled. Yet this gesture comes remarkably close. To understand why this home matters so profoundly, you have to understand the story behind the story. The sacrifice of Mike and Rosala, Alex's parents. They are not your typical tennis parents. They are not the loud, overbearing sideline screamers you sometimes see at junior tournaments. They are quiet pillars of strength, doing the hard work without ever seeking credit. Rosala herself knows the life of an athlete from the inside out. As a former bronze medalist swimmer at the Southeast Asian Games, she understands the discipline, the sacrifice, the doubt, and the pain of giving your entire self to something without any guarantee of success. When Alex showed unmistakable potential as a child, picking up a racket at just 4 years old, under the loving guidance of her late grandfather Roberto Bobby MGO, the family made a bold decision. They would go Allen. And make no mistake, tennis is brutally expensive. From coaching to travel to equipment, the costs are staggering. And yet, Mike and Rosala committed everything to give Alex a chance to chase her dreams. This house is not just a home. It is the tangible symbol of that devotion, a monument to years of quiet sacrifice and the foundation upon which their daughter's extraordinary journey has been built. Tennis is mercilessly expensive. Coaching fees, court time, premium equipment, stringing costs, tournament entry fees, and then there's the travel. Oh, the travel. Flying a young child across the globe for junior tournaments can drain a family's finances at a terrifying pace. It's not just plane tickets, you're paying for hotels, tournament apparel, grips, strings, and every tiny detail needed to compete. The numbers quickly reach a point where most families would simply walk away. In the early days, the Eala family had to be extraordinarily strategic with every single peso, sacrificing luxuries other families took for granted, missing vacations, turning down invitations, and crunching the numbers repeatedly to figure out how to get Alex to the next tournament without breaking the bank. Then came the biggest sacrifice of all, letting her go. When the life-changing opportunity arose for Alexandra Eala to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain, Mike and Rosala faced the heart-wrenching reality of sending their daughter thousands of miles away. They had to let her chase her dream, even if it meant missing the small everyday moments, her first teenage match on clay, the homesick nights, the confusion of navigating a foreign country alone. They watched her grow through FaceTime calls and shaky live streams of ITF matches in obscure European towns where Wi-Fi barely worked. Mike and Rosala quietly sacrificed for years without anyone writing articles about the sleepless nights, the missed birthdays, and the endless calculations just to keep their daughter's dream alive. Today, that story is being told. When Alexandra Eala signed her $75 million contract, her first thought wasn't herself. She thought of her father sitting late at the kitchen table poring over accounts to make the numbers work. She thought of her mother radiating quiet strength, holding a smile even when fear and worry pressed in. She thought of every airport goodbye, every tournament watched from the other side of a phone screen, hearts and throats. And so she bought them a home, a sanctuary of rest and peace, the one thing they never allowed themselves to want for themselves. And then there is Bobby, the man who started it all. Roberto Bobby Mgo, Alex's late grandfather, who first placed a tennis racket in the hands of a 4-year-old and saw potential before anyone else did. He planted the seed, glimpsed the spark before the fire even existed. Though he isn't here to witness this moment, there is a beautiful, bittersweet sense that he is watching from above, smiling wider than the Pacific Ocean, proud of the extraordinary legacy he helped set in motion. There's a deeper dimension to This moment of triumph. Every check she cashes, every trophy she lifts, every record she breaks, it's a tribute to her grandfather. When Alexandra Ella bought this house for her parents, she was